How's it going, guys? It's Tim. You're here at Stock Picks by Tim, and in this video I want to talk about Cleanspark. We're going to look at the chart. I've got something that I want to show you there, and then we have a recent article here posted on Cleanspark's Facebook. We're going to go over that really quick, and we're also going to check out Bitcoin's price. And I will leave you guys a link below for this, but you can find it on their Facebook. But it basically goes into how energy costs are rising while Bitcoin's price is plummeting, which is forcing miners to sell either their Bitcoin or their actual machines. And we've actually got a quote here from Matt Schultz of Cleanspark. Companies with variable electricity rates are likely going to have to power off machines during peak pricing periods. This could be for a few hours or even days. And then he also goes on to say that a string of publicly traded miners that once held all their coins have been forced to sell, some at quite steep discounts. And one such publicly traded miner would be Riot Blockchain. They sold 250 of their 466 Bitcoins in May, and that raised them about 7.5 million. And Mara, or Marathon Digital, for the first time since October 2020, refused to rule out selling Bitcoin, meaning they are keeping that option on the table. Now, JP Morgan mentions that this could actually continue into the third quarter if their profitability continues to fail, meaning if Bitcoin continues to stagnate. And one thing I wanted to mention here that's really interesting, this jump in energy costs, plus of course Bitcoin dropping in price, is very likely to push out any of the smaller, folks in the crypto mining industry. And a funny thing here is that hobbyists, people that just, either mine in their house, garage, basement, whatever, it basically says that they're very unlikely turning a profit right now. But let me know in the comments below, guys, are any of you mining Bitcoin currently? Is it profitable? Is it worth the trouble? Or are you waiting right now? I was actually thinking about mining Bitcoin. It might not be worth it in my area. I live in California. Maybe it'd be worth it if I lived in Georgia or Texas. But if there is anyone mining Bitcoin in California, are you making anything? Let me know in the comments below. Now, next up, I wanted to show you guys Cleanspark CLSK on the chart. It is creating new lows. And zooming in a bit, you'll see that we did reach under our $4.05. We are now under $4. However, looking at it on the RSI, it is relatively oversold. It has been more oversold than this though, so be aware of that. We may be in for some lower levels. And of course, it's not a good sign to see new lows. However, as many of you know with Cleanspark, I have a long-term mindset, and it's very likely that a lot of this selling is because people looking at the next earnings and even the next earnings after that, and it's very likely we're going to see a decline in Cleanspark's performance when looking at the revenue, when even looking at the earnings per share. However, unlike other Bitcoin miners, Cleanspark is actually mining Bitcoin for well under 10,000 per coin. And I wish I could bring up the clip, but I heard somewhere that Bitfarms, for example, is mining at about 20,000. So it is very possible that if Bitcoin does come down even more, maybe even come to 15,000, maybe break that previous support we had right around 17, it's very possible that a lot of these Bitcoin miners will be forced to shut down, will be forced to at least take a pause. However, when you're looking at Cleanspark, I am very confident that the executive team will navigate through this potential recession and through this crypto winter. Remember, guys, when you look at EV, which is enterprise value, to ASICs, Cleanspark is among the best in that metric. They have a lot of prepaid miners. They currently don't have debt to deal with. They do have a relatively small amount of cash on their balance sheet. But if worse comes to worse, they do have quite a decent position in Bitcoin. They could start selling, although it wouldn't be preferable, of course, at Bitcoin's price. So if things do get really difficult, there's always that Bitcoin to potentially make some money off of and stay afloat for longer. It's times like these that separate the professional miners from the hobbyists, and this crypto winter will likely wash out a lot of the competition. In the end, I do believe Cleanspark will make it through. Alright, before I ramble on about philosophy, let's look at Bitcoin. We are now just hovering at around 20,000. And right now, as of this upload, we actually did just break 20,000, very likely. We test some lower levels. Either way, I see it as a great time to add to it. But be aware, if we break about 17.6, 17.7, very likely we touch some lower levels. And I mean, look at this. Zooming back, you'll see that this was our first level of support after we had a nice little rip here. You'll see that it established this area as a support if we do break from this. Our next likely area of support is right around 15,000. And if we do pull back a bit from there, we do have a relatively strong support around 13,000. If things do get worse, I see that as our next level of support. However, I am definitely long-term on Bitcoin and I am a buyer. In the end, it's just a matter of time until we get towards our next halving. And be ready, because this is the first time we're going to be dealing with watching Bitcoin during a recession. And like I said before, this is likely the reason why we broke our previous peak, which hasn't happened before. So to me, already Bitcoin is criminally undervalued. And even if it does come down to 15, even if it does come down to 14, I will be a happy buyer. To me, this is a long game, and my sole purpose is to accumulate Bitcoin. It's a lot easier to accumulate if it's 15,000, if it's 10,000. So bring on the low prices, I welcome them. But let me know how you guys are feeling lately about Cleanspark and also Bitcoin, of course. Are you guys waiting around for a reversal? Are you avoiding Cleanspark while it creates new lows? Are you just avoiding them? Let me know your strategy down below. Thanks as always, guys. Take it easy.